Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Brozovic Astrology. Welcome, everybody. Today I'm here to talk about the upcoming full moon in Leo. Before I start, I just want to thank everybody for their support and everything. Some housekeeping. I did change my astro tips to, I don't know if there's a video on my Instagram. If you want to check it out, I'm doing some changes. So I'm doing weekly astro tips for each sign. And then that's the news for me. Also, before I start doing this, I will be on the panel for ISAR, International Society for Astrological Research. That's on Sunday, February 1st, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be joined with two other astrologers, and we will be discussing the Aries point, the 0 degrees Aries, and its importance, especially with Saturn and Neptune having a meeting at 0 degree Aries at Aries point on February 20th, starting a new 36 years cycle. So that's going to be that. And then I'm going to have a lecture on the 22nd of February in Croatian, translated to English, about decoding the Aries point through the dial and what other activations we can expect, not just the 0 degrees of Aries. So I hope you join us. It's free for all Easter members, but I think it's a symbolic price if you want to join the panel or my lecture as well. So I think it's like $20 or something, not much. Okay. So that's it. That's from the news. The newsletter is coming out today or tomorrow, the latest. So please subscribe. There's going to be some things happening soon, and the subscribers will have some discounts on my upcoming things that I'm having. So make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter. You can go to Jasmina Brozovic Astrology and subscribe there. And that's it. So please, as always, like, subscribe, and share. It helps the word of astrology to go in the world. So let's go now back to business. Let's talk about the upcoming full moon in Leo. So logistics, February 1st, that's Sunday, 5:09 p.m. Eastern Time, at 13 degrees and 3 minutes of Leo. So everybody who has any placements in their horoscope between the 10 and the 16 degrees of fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, this will be more personal to you, okay? So have that in mind. Also, this full moon is part of the larger lunar family. As I always mention, those are the 27-month cycles of between the moon and the sun, and we can do bigger projects. So this full moon is related to the new moon that happened on August 4th, 2024. So think about what happened in your life around that time. This will be now, there's going to be a spotlight to that thing today. I mean, on this full moon. So that's logistics of it. Sabian symbol of this particular full moon at 13 degrees Leo is a human soul seeking opportunities for outward manifestation. So it's about how can our soul manifest their, where's our passions. This is what Leo is all about. So I think it's very interesting to think that, what is the purpose of our lives here in general, right? What does our soul wants on this earth? So that's a topic through the Sabian symbols. I thought it's very interesting to see that as well. Okay, full moon it's happening when the moon and the sun are in opposite, right? So the sun is shining the light on the moon. Moon, as we know, is something personal, something intimate, our sense of security and safety. It's very intimate, private part of our lives. And now the sun is shining a light on that part. But it's okay because it's a Leo moon, right? And Leos like to shine, right? So so what is Leo energy all about? I know in a positive sense, Leo energy is nobility. it's royalty, but also nobility. It's about what our passions are, where our heart is. It's about our creative expression. So I think I love it. What our soul wants to do, what is the purpose of it? They're very childlike. They like to have fun. They like entertainment. They like to be on the stage. So they're the biggest performers, right? Um, Not just actors, but usually actors, but performance in general. Who wants to be a sage? Who wants the people who like to be in the spotlight? With the moon in Leo, it is very important that we validate those feelings. Do not dismiss, Leo's sense of needs for validation. It's about our needs, right? They need to be validated for who they are. Leo is a sign ruled by the sun. It's our core, who we are, our individuality, right? And Leo moons, that they are not shy to show that part of themselves, right? So we need to validate that, right? On the negative side, yes, it could be a show off. There could be a lot of pride, vanity, right? In a negative, but in a positive way. They're playful. They love to do things that kids do. So kids love them, right? It's like a playful energy. They're great teachers. Yeah, it's about sport. It's about hobbies. It's about romance and flirtation in a way, right? So it's beautiful. Um, so they like this is like a childlike energy. Yes, it can be dramatic in a negative sense. It can be, but it's theater. There's like they're very theatrical and dramatic in this. It could be a good way or no. Um, so what else? Yeah, I mean, we remember about Leos. Leos are very protective as well, right? So they're very proud, and it's about legacy, and it's about leadership. It's about being the role model for others. Yeah, that's another thing. What else? What else did I write down? So many things. Yeah, so if they're insecure, so it's very important so they have this to have healthy confidence, right? Because they can be overly confident. Actually, if they are, the more insecure they are in themselves, they're going to be showing off more, right? So having that, being confident in a healthy way, it's very important. um, so yeah, so they like their appearance, how they look. Like it's the hair is very important. That's very But the thing is, they usually need external approval and validation of what they're doing, so they kind of know if this is okay or not. So it's a you know it takes time for them to acknowledge later in life, that they maybe the enough thing is to do internal validation. It's enough. Anyway, that's something about. I hope I didn't miss anything. Um, that's something about Leo moons and what does it mean? So this specific Leo moon is opposing all of these planets in Aquarius. We have the Sun, obviously, right? Pluto, Mars, Vesta, which is interesting. Vesta is about our heart and home, and what are we passionate about, and devotion. I like that. Um, Venus and Mercury. One, two, three, four, five. Plus Vesta, six things in Aquarius. So this poor moon, all these other planets are on the other side, right? And this is the polarity, for the full moons. It's always about things that happen around full moons, usually involve other people, some external events, and some things, some things are happening that are outside of us. Okay, and this is about me. Like it's not like Aries Libra, which is more me and you. This is me versus us, like me, I and us, because Aquarius is a group. So it's about being a part of the group but still shining, right? It's about needing to have this audience. You need friends, you need somebody, you need family, you need somebody who will say good, give you validation for what you're doing. So it's about uh, being doing what you do, and but also being, but not in an isolated way. Like Aries is a very, they can do things on their own. They don't care. Leo cannot. They need somebody to reflect on what are they doing, how they, doing things. So they need this group of people on the other side. So imagine now um, all these planets are in Aquarius, very personal planets, and they're all fighting for the collective, for the humans, for the, nobody's is actually cheering for the one guy. Everybody's cheering for the entire, and you can see that the changes in the world that it's happening. More and more people on the streets. It's a, Aquarius rebellious energy, wanting equality and justice and thinking about collective and humans in general. And then poor Leo is like, oh my God, I want to be on the throne by myself, right? So that can be that could be this full moon's topic. There's a lot of other stuff. So let's do this. So it's about when the full moons are happening. That means some things are coming to fruition. Some things are coming to the surface. Like it's usually something we get recognition for our accomplishments. So I do feel that this is the time to shine. Um, in Leo part of our charts, we usually are more courageous and more self-confident in what we do, right? So it's more visible side of our horoscope as well, right? Because it's Leo, and Leo, we don't mind being on a recognized and on a stage for this part of our lives, right? So this is a time maybe to get recognized for what we did, for our achievements. It's also celebration, acknowledgement. Um, um, that's what it is, right? But it's about what we achieved, how about our creativity, self-expression, what are we passionate about. It's about sports and kids, everything I mentioned already. It's about, so this is also be about being seen and having our leadership skills shown. So if we put some hard work, if we worked on polishing some of these things, now this can be seen and shown, right? Remember, every actor, when they go on stage, they do practice, practice, practice before they go. So this is, if you did all the practice before, now we're going to be recognized and we're going to get an applause. This is actually literally what is happening, all right? So that's what this full moon is all about. So it's opposing all this Aquarius energy, but it's also ruled by Saturn and Uranus. I'm going to mention both. Traditional ruler is Saturn, who is just on the verge to go to Aries next week on the 13th of February. So he's in the end, almost like on the energetic degree, the most powerful, potent degree of Pisces, maybe dissolving some of this confidence, right? But I'm thinking, if you are very humble in a way, like for a Leo to be humble, knowing who they are, but having that humbleness in them, they're going to be more recognized than if they don't. Okay, so this Saturn is telling me that if you did a good things, if you did things by the book, and being in a positive way, you're going to get acknowledgement and recognition and being recognized and acknowledged by what is happening, right? But because it's so close to Neptune, it can be a little bit dissolving. It could be, you might, I do feel that sometimes, you might feel that you're not getting still the attention that you needed. Modern ruler is Uranus, and Uranus is stationing. So he's stationing for this whole full moon before 3 days after, because he's going direct on Tuesday, February 3rd, just 2 days after the full moon. Uranus is a modern ruler of Aquarius. And the sun is in Aquarius. So this moon talks to the sun, but actually talks to the Uranus and Saturn, right? And I'm talking about rulerships of the Aquarius energy because of the sun, because the sun is in Aquarius, and then moon talks to the sun. So moon to the sun to the Saturn and Uranus. That's why, because it's very important that is to know that connection as well, right? Uranus is stationed to go direct. Uranus is a change bringer, is a awakener. But he's sitting still. He likes to change. He likes to do things fast. He's like a fast lightning, right? But he's now stuck. First of all, it's Taurus, Then now he's stationing, he's stuck, he's not moving at all. That means he's brewing. I think he's brewing, the energy is brewing, and then when he starts going, he's going to. So for this, because there's a lot of fixed energy for this lunation, a lot of fixed energy. Um, the things are still, I think this, we are going to feel stuck in a way, but are brewing. Okay, let me actually share the chart. Now that I realize I didn't show the chart, I think maybe you guys going to have a better a view of to show you how the chart looks, to see how many fixed energy there is in the sky at the moment. Okay. Okay. There you go. So this is the full moon chart. Disregard the houses because we are because I pulled the chart for the Aries point. It's like a world chart, so it's for the chart for the world. Disregard. You have to make it local to for your where you are to have the difference. But as you can see, there's a cluster of energy here, right? Only this moon is here. Air, fixed air, lots of fixed energy. That means nobody's budging. Fixed air is literally, we're fixated to an idea, to a thought. Um, the thing is, all eyes are now on you. Um, that's why you need to kind of present yourself in the best possible way, wherever your part of the chart is, right? So I'm going to go by for all 12 signs, but understanding that this is about society, about groups, friendships, and everybody's like, watching you. What is your part in this? Are you thinking just about yourself, or are you thinking about collective? And that's the dilemma here, right? So even if you're doing something that you want to shine, if you are an example, lead by example. That's the point here, right? If you are doing it for to make good to others as well, it's going to be shown here, it's going to be seen, right? So this is very interesting, full moon. It's a lot of, like, there is not enough mutable energy. Nobody is gonna change their minds, and so um, full moons are celebration, are release points, are showcasing. So lots of things are going to be seen, good or bad. So depending on what you did, um, this is Uranus is stationing to go direct. Um, Neptune just went into Aries. Saturn is going into Aries soon. So there's a lot of change happening. Sometimes we don't like change. Sometimes we have an issue with accepting the change because we like the way the things they are, right? Um, Also, this can be very hard for those people who actually don't want to be seen, right? Not everybody wants to be on the stage. Not everybody wants to be seen. But this still, it's going to be, the light is going to be, because there's a lot of things happening here. I'm going to show the light. Like, everybody's pointing at you. He did it. He did it. And it's that kind of energy. So if you don't like to be at a spotlight, you're going to take this very hard, right? So you kind of have to embrace yourself, and not be afraid to be at the spotlight. Not it's also about stepping into your own light, into your own um, identity, stepping into your own heart. Be true to yourself. Okay, not being afraid. Leos are not afraid. Not being afraid of showcasing yourself. What did you do? What are your skills? What can you do as well? um, on a global scale, it's a lot about the king and the people. People versus the king. This is definitely, and we can see it in the world, what is happening. This is really, and then Uranus is just going to shake it all up, right? Because he's stationed. He's very, he's very fast, wants to move, but now he's stuck in this position for a long time, like a whole week or so. So um, repercussion of this full moon will be seen later as well, right? lots of things are happening. Vesta here, Vesta is about our devotion, where our heart is, where our home is. What are, um, it is about loyalty as well. Leo is very loyal sign, very loyal, right? So if you have been loyal or disloyal, you can, it's also be seen as well. As I mentioned, drama, theater, lots of things can be seen. But with oppositions, usually it's only if it's sun and moon, it's easier. But when you have all this other stuff, it's like other all the other planets are also, everybody is kind of pointing to the moon, not just the sun. So it's like a more pressure. I think the Leo part of our chart is feeling more under pressure, that we need to kind of do something. It can be also time to release some of the things that are negative, that you don't want to take over. Maybe you want to think about um, think about how can you not lose yourselves within the collective, within the community, right? Because many people feel unseen when they're in the group, but it takes a team effort to make things happen. Unfortunately, we cannot do everything by ourselves. That isolated island in this world, we do relate, we have connections with others, and then um, teamwork, it's a synergy. And then it is hard for some people not to be seen. Some people enjoy being in a group, not being seen as well. But this is the balance that we need to find out. Don't be afraid to do things in the groups, because you can still showcase yourself in the best positive way, and you will be noticed. Okay, so. Think about the sports. This is a great example. You have soccer players, the whole team, uh, for example, is winning a game, right? But you can always then the best player is showcased. Like, oh, this one was the best. He made the most goals today, right? But it still took the whole team to do it. So think about that analogy when you think about this full moon. Um, yeah, it's not easy. I understand that it's not the easiest thing to do, to share the acknowledgement, to share the achievements, I mean, with others. It's not really easy, right? But it's necessary, and this full moon is telling us that as well. Okay, we also have eclipse coming. So next new moon is an eclipse new moon. So the things are really getting intense, and this can be very intense. Pluto is involved, right? Pluto, Mars. We had this conjunction just a few days before. It can be very intense. So this is not the easiest energy for this full moon. That's why full moons are not easy, because you have opposite sides, kind of looking at each other. Okay. Okay, let's just look at the dial. I want to show you the dial, because this is something that it's so cool. Okay, dial style. You can so easily see what is happening. So we can move this arrow to the full moon. So in the dial, um, all the conjunctions. Where is it? 42. 42. Where is it? 43. Where's the moon? There it is. Okay. Just a second. It's very hard to pinpoint this in the midpoint. Okay. Okay. So, uh, oh, there it is. Here it is. Moon opposition here. So in the dial, all the active aspects, which is conjunction, square, and opposition, those are the aspects of activation, that something is happening, are shown in the same place, right? So you can see here, moon and the sun are opposing Saturn. So Saturn is also very important here, right? Because as I mentioned, if you want to be a leader, you need to have integrity, you need to put the hard work, you need to deserve respect, you need to earn it, okay? And then, we can see here, there is nothing here of the planets. And there's also asteroids. I don't want to confuse you, but it's nice to see how, um, This is also a midpoint between Neptune um, and Ceres. That's interesting. That's interesting. So that means that there's some kind of series is about nurturing and taking care of our bodies as well with Neptune. There is a sense of dissolving here. I do sense that there's a sense of dissolving here. So that's an interesting thought. Anyway, you can see the dial. It just showcases on the axis what is still what is activated, and Saturn is activated. Oops. Let me see on the maps. People like this to see where the new moon is. Full moons are on the map. Okay, let's do the new map of the world. So, uh, where can we expect news? If you are in that part of the world, this also can affect you more. So, the full moon is going through Egypt, Athens here. See, Poland, uh, Ukraine, of course. See, that's a lot of so we might expect some news about Ukraine and Greece, Egypt. So this is South Africa, Johannesburg. This is where this is going. So if you are in those places, or if you have any connections, or this can also happen. This is showcasing the moon on the midheaven. So this is where the moon is the people. So this is on a global scale is going to be about the people. And here is vice versa, but this is just going through the ocean near Hawaii. So I wouldn't say this is where the sun is highlighted. So this is about the Leo energy, the moon, the people. Very interesting to see. Um, there you go. See Cairo, Turkey, this part of Turkey, Uganda. So we might see some news there as well. Very interesting to see that. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Now I'll do the signs. The signs. How's everybody doing? Let me know. Okay, share screen. Okay, there you go. Another great thank you for LSA for giving me this wheel. Give me this wheel so I can easily do this because it's much easier to do with the wheel. Oh, and I have a new set of cards. I got myself a new set of cards, Oracle cards. For today, I'm going to use these ones, the Arcana of Astrology by Claire Goodchild. I got them recently. They're very nice. Okay, so Aries risings. Moon is in Leo and Sun is here, and I'm going to put Mars is also here as your ruler. So this is all about, Aries is going to feel this the most what I was talking about, right? Because it's a natural part of the zodiac. Lots of things are happening and brewing. I think they can be feeling isolated from their friends, or lots of energy is focused on friendships, on teamwork, on group work, on community and environment and what is happening there. But Aries really, really wants to shine. This can be about, actually, they're finally getting the recognitions from their friends and groups about, what they do. This can also be about something to do with the children. If you have children, something to do with their success. Okay. This could be something, finally getting a praise for your parenting, or that can be another thing. I would say that the challenge from this full moon just comes because Pluto is so nearby, Mars here. It can talk about power struggles, in the sense of control or abuse of power, of sense of who is controlling who. So you might have some thoughts and ideas and doubts about who is in charge. That's, within the team, within the group, how you're handling that. Is that okay? So there might be some things that you need to let go of you know the issue is definitely abuse of power. Is it, are you abusing your powers, or somebody is abusing powers over you? On a negative side. On the positive side, it can be getting acknowledgement for your creative achievements. Maybe you need, maybe you're showcasing yourself as a parent or as a leader um, within your groups. I just feel, because Pluto and Mars are so tight together here. I don't know how, how are you feeling about it. It can be very intense. It can be really, really intense, this full moon. It could be some breakups of friendships. I won't lie to you. It can be some breakups of, or you're stepping out from some of the functions. You can be, full moon is about completion of something. You can step out if you are part of some kind of organization, in the board, on a board of something. You wanna maybe step down. You don't feel in line, or aligned with them anymore. So that could be, if you following yourself and who you are, because there can be abuse of power there as well, and then you feel, um, you know, that it's not working anymore. Okay, um, I will try to be fast. I always say that. And ooh, I pulled Venus for you. I love this. These are very simple cards. I love them. Venus is also in Aquarius, and Venus is about relating to others. So think about, if you can, but Venus likes peaceful and harmonious solutions of problems. And you, as Aries rising, you kind of have a tendency to do it more assertively, let's say, or aggressively. Okay. Because with Pluto is there, which is your ruler, you feel more empowered, maybe. But I would suggest that this card was came up because maybe you need to take more, another approach of resolving these issues that may come up within your friendships. Okay, maybe try to be more of a diplomat, or find a peaceful solution. Although it will be very hard with these placements, but this is kind of a solution to your problems. Instead of punching first and then talking, try talking first and then leave. Okay, it will require a lot of patience, which, Mars in Aquarius is very rebellious. As I mentioned, modern ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, is stationing to go direct. So he's very powerful and potent, and he changes directions. So there is this really need, for rebelling, but then try to use Venus more as a solution. It's up to you. This is what I kind of feel. So not the easiest full moon for you. Okay, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Venus is in Aquarius, still here, but we have so many things here. Anyway, the problem here is Uranus is stationing here, so you feel restless. You feel, you might definitely feel, more, because it's stationing. It's very powerful. It's edgy. You like stability. You like things in order. You don't like things to change. This can be very, and this is actually squaring all of that, because we're going to have, after this full moon next week, we're going to have Uranus squaring Venus and Uranus squaring Mercury, and you're going to feel it a lot, especially squaring Venus, because Venus is your ruler. So Pluto is not nearby. It's there, but it's not nearby. But I would suggest that this full moon might bring some issues, because definitely it might bring some issues at your workplace, especially with female authority. If you have any female authority, you might find some issues there. It's it's time to what does this Leo moon in the fourth house wants? He wants to be shock. He wants to rule the home, right? He wants to be on the throne in your own home. He wants to be acknowledged and celebrated for the accomplishments from the family, right? And also, so many things are happening here that they can influence this, and then you lose this respect from your family because there's so many things happening. Um, Venus in Aquarius is very friendship oriented. She is very strategic, very smart. So I would suggest that you use, if any conflicts arise here, use your strategy because especially long term, you are a sign that can really do the long term endurance. You can endure a lot. You know that it takes time to build things, right? You're a builder, so you're not in a rush. You're taking it slow, so taking it slow but smart. Okay. And I know this Uranus is making you more restless, and then you can't think clearly. But I do see things happening within your home and work situations that are going to be life changing. It's going to be a lot of change here for you. That if you don't make the change will come. So you need to be the one who makes those changes. Don't let other people make changes for you. Okay. See, I pulled Leo. Can you imagine? I pulled a Leo, a Leo energy for you. Um, Taurus is not a sign that really, likes to be in the spotlight in that sense. They like to, be behind the scenes, doing the work, just don't bother me, just let me do my work. But maybe it's time that, sometimes people will put a finger on you and say, oh, this is the person who is responsible for this, good or bad, right? I would suggest that you focus on your passions, especially with your family, and with your home. um, what are the leadership skills you can showcase within your family? What is your family looking up at you? What do they look up when they see you? What is the part of your family? Family is also kind of a team, right? So uh, are you doing things from the heart? Are you doing things? Did I just go offline? Anyway, I think I'm back. Let me know if I'm back, anybody. Okay. So, Taurus, focus on your family, your home. What do you want to change there? And what do you want to be example? Lead by example in that sense, okay? Your family, okay? So that's the message. So maybe it is time to focus on yourself and put yourself in the spot, although you might not like it. Okay, somebody else will put you. Yeah, I mean, embrace the change. It's a lot of things happening, but it's going to be easier after Uranus goes into Gemini end of April. You're going to feel much better. I think you just need to hang in there a little bit more. Opportunity to change your family situation. Geminis. Okay, Mercury. Geminis. I like this. I think this is a great energy for Geminis because you are very comfortable with Aquarius energy. You're very comfortable with Leo energy. You work well with both. Mercury is just about to move to Pisces a few days after, like three, I think 6 days, 5 days after. So he's at the kind of the last degrees of Aquarius. You love Aquarian energy. It's all about, talking Gemini and Aquarius when they talk. It's about brainstorming, think about the future, ideas, novelties. What do we want to do? It's a great energy. Leo energy, it's where you need to shine. So, sometimes I think it's actually good because it's in your house of communication, a house that you're comfortable with. So showcase yourself, put yourself out there in written form, in video form, communicate. Did you you want to be a leader in some field. Maybe you will be recognized for your communicational skills. Maybe you're going to be recognized within your extended family and siblings or neighborhood, local community. You're going to shine somehow, right? If you put the work in, right? So I think this is excellent. I think it is excellent full moon for you. It's definitely, all eyes are on your communication style. On the negative side, you might, I don't think there's a negative side for you, Geminis. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, Maybe it's just a watch for gossip. Just because, when you can be overly confident and dramatic in the gossip house, you can, just make sure that you don't spread gossip around, and that you have integrity with your communication. And yeah, that's going to be very important. um, I like this. I like this. Yours is coming into your sign. You're going to be buzzing soon. Lots of ideas. I don't think this is a bad full moon for you. It's a celebration of who you are, actually. Um, Absolutely. Let's see which card I put for you. I mean, Mercury loves to be in Aquarius. Very smart. Very intelligent. It's like intellect. Um, I love it. Okay. Ooh, I pulled Mars. So maybe there's some action you need to do. Maybe it's just, I think the Mars energy is here, is showing because all your ideas in your head, everything that, sometimes you have all these things in your journals written down in your head, but you don't do anything about it. So act. So full moon it's also about it's a party, right? It's a celebration. It's a recognition. It's a full moon. So it's time to act and showcase, who you really are and what are your special skills that stand out from the crowd. Okay, what is your communication style that stands out? I think this is something, and you need to act on it. What do you want to change? But you need to kind of do some actions. Um, I was thinking, Mars is also sports, and what would be a great Gemini sport? Something that Gemini likes group sports, team sports. So maybe you want to do something, join some activities as well. I'm thinking in the third house. Anyway, you need to act and don't keep everything in your head and in your on the paper. That's important. What are you passionate about? Showcase it. Cancer. Very interesting for Cancer. You know what? You're ruled by this moon in Leo. Do you really like moon in Leo? I'm not sure. I don't think you're very comfortable with it. Because you're more a private person. You don't like to showcase your things to others, but this Leo moon will, and it's about showcasing your skills and talents. And I liked actually what are you good at that you want to showcase. It's also about showcasing maybe it's going to be highlighted. So what kind of what do you have at, like how much money you have or what possessions you have. It's about money, and nobody wants to share their financial situation with others. So if there's something is happening in that sense, um, be careful, because there's a cluster of the, as I mentioned, it's very you're not comfortable with the creative energy at all. It's so different from you. You have nothing in common, and all the planets are there in the eighth house of all the houses of um, so I don't think this is very comfortable full moon for you. I would focus on it can be lots of things happening with money and other people's money and pressure. This is Pluto is also here there, so it's like a abuse of power within from other people, maybe money wise, and you're depending on somebody else and their money. I don't know. A bunch of things are in my head now. I would focus. This the all the eyes are on your skills and talents. how you make, second house is how you make your income, how you make your money. What are those special abilities that you have? Okay. So be also an example on how to budget the money. Be an example, how you handle uh, that situation, an example to others. Um, what are you passionate about that you want to actually buy? What, how you are you passionate about? Are you aligned? Is your heart and passion aligned in how you make money? Maybe you want to change that as well, in a way, right? In your values, it's about also your values are going to be showcasing a lot here. um, I don't think it's a very comfortable full moon for you. It can be some money issues coming up. So depending what your life situation is, but money situations can really come up here, um, and not in a good way, to be honest. I don't know. I just feel it. Okay, I pulled Aries for you. Aries, interesting. So Aries energy, it's about being the best, being first, being number one, and maybe it's time that you stop hiding behind the shell, and actually acting and doing something on to showcase yourself. Whatever, I think that it's skills and talents here, because we use a creative energy and use your creativity. Do something new. Aries is about pioneering. Do something differently and new. This is Aquarius is different, new, opposing this creative energy. So do something different and new, the way Aries would do, and be brave. I think this is about courage as well. Instead of hiding in a shell, be courageous, um, and say it, do it. Make that money or rebudget or whatever. Um, so use this and think about Aries. Think about action. Think about being first. Think about going where nobody else went. Think about not hiding and being scared, because emotional security comes also from material security sometimes, right? And I think you just need to be more bold and brave, and you're gonna earn more money. That's what this tells me. Leos, there you go. This is your full moon. It's all about you. Your eyes are all the eyes are on you. I think it's your time to shine. I know there's a lot of things happening within your partnerships, and I'm just not saying just romantic partnerships, but also business partnerships, clients. Those are open enemies are here. Pluto and Mars are there as well. Venus, Mercury, lots of things are happening. It's a really really hectic. Um, Over there, and because sun is your ruler, is in the midst there. I would just, there can be a definite conflict between thinking who you are within all these relationships. There can be some people telling you, in your face. It's a full moon, so people might tell you in your face what they don't like about you and what you need to change. But it could also be a praise. So it can be both ways, especially because Uranus is a modern ruler, ruling the sun. He's stationing, changes. I think it's brewing. I think things will explode uh, after this full moon until the eclipse. I think this whole month it's going to be. I think it's a pressure cooker, and it's still building, but it's still not time to release the energy from the pressure cooker. That's what I feel. But for this full moon, I think if you did your work, you're going to be seen as a leader, as somebody who people look up to, especially your partners. So you know, I think it's good. It's a good opportunity for you also to kind of uh, self-reflect and see what you don't like about yourself and approach. Sometimes we forget to do that at the full moons, to see which part of us we need to change and need to let go. So just think about your approach, and I think either way you're gonna hear I don't know if you, I don't know if you're gonna like it or not. I don't know, but you're gonna hear people will definitely tell you what they think about you and about your work and who you are for this full moon. Um, you know, you can take it. Think about um, constructive criticism instead of being unappreciated and unvalidated. Okay, there you go. I pulled Jupiter. So this is Jupiter expands everything. So your overconfidence, can be seen as arrogance. Your confidence can be seen as arrogance. Your leadership skill can be seen as showing off. But, stay humble and do your thing as well. You need to do what you're passionate about, what you feel is the right thing to do. You have a lot. You have this capability to motivate and inspire others. And I think all the eyes are on you now, coming from one-on-one relationships. So everybody's kind of questioning and validating. Um, but it's a good card. Jupiter is a good card, and I think there's abundance and growth coming on your way. And I think it's a good thing. I think this is a great opportunity to revise your partnerships and yeah, I like it. It's up to you, Leos, but I like it. Yeah, well, you can get really celebration and acceptance, from others. So that's a good thing. I like it. Virgo. Virgo. It's always hard when you have a lunation in your 12th house because it's hidden, because it's not seen, because it's not tangible, because you don't know what to do with it, right? And it's a health axis. Virgos can be very anxious. We still have the South Node in Virgo. We're still letting go of, as a collective, but especially Virgo risings, letting go of the negative traits of Virgo, which is anxiety, over analyzing, overthinking, OCD, and all this stuff, right? Having control, thinking that this is the right thing to do it, overly criticizing ourselves, especially. So we need to kind of let go. Um, um, Mercury. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put Mercury here. There's a lot of things happening in your daily life at the moment that you need to release some of it, right? Maybe you have too many things. I think there's too much things happening with your health, with your daily obligations, with your work, with your health. And it will show if it's not working. Something if it's not working, and if you need to change something, this will be shown with this. Um, I definitely feel that you're going to have wild dreams because a lot of things are pointing on in this direction. So make a journal of your dreams. Maybe there's some hidden messages there. Um, there's a strength in people, behind the scenes people. Like Virgo risings are very reliable, very efficient, very practical. Those are the people who are hard workers, right? So there's some kind of a strength in those people being behind the scenes and making things function. Oiling the machine that things are going right. So those people are leaders in a way, right? They're maybe not showcased, but they're still um, they still have this something to be celebrated about. We need to celebrate those people. I'm thinking about when I see this usually moon in the 12th house, and I think about people who doctors are doing the operation, for example, right? Doctor is a Leo, and he's doing but all these nurses and technicians and all these other people who are helping the doctor to do the surgery. Those are the ones, right? So that's how I see the Virgo rising and Virgos in general. So this is some kind of a strength. You need to celebrate your strength that is maybe not visible to others. But on the other hand, the 12th house is also about hidden enemies that might come to the light now because Pluto is here opposite here. So there might be some situations. Maybe there are some situations that you will hear that maybe some health, maybe you will need to um, uh, go to hospital to do something. Maybe it's possible it's going to be health related, that you might need to be go to some kind of institution for a while to take care of your health. That's a possibility. But also, this is a house of collective, of spirituality, of, you know, you being so practical and down to earth. Maybe you want to go to the other realm and see your connections, and see how can you, do you have any passions around that, or anything creative you want to do with your spiritual part of yourself. Remember, Sabian symbol for this relation is a human soul seeking opportunities for outward manifestations. Find what your soul wants with this. Oh, I pulled Aries. Aries is she is the goddess of this discomfort. That's how we call her. She's the one who was hurt. You know the story, the mythology story. She was hurt that she wasn't invited to this wedding, and then she wanted to, kind of divide and conquer. She wanted to. She had a golden apple, as I recall, and she threw it, and she said, the most prettiest goddess will take the apple, and then the Venus and Aphrodite and I don't know who else were fighting over that, because they all wanted to be the most beautiful ones, and then they got in the fight. So she kind of made this thing happen. So Aries is very feisty. She's like a female representative of Mars, like the energy. So she's like a Mars energy. So what does this tell me? Maybe you need to fight for something. Maybe she's disrupting the status quo in a way, right? So maybe Virgo risings. Maybe you need to fight for yourself in a way, right? This is very hidden energy. This is something that you're not going to shine. Nobody's going to see you actually for this lunation. So maybe you need to showcase yourself. Maybe not like Aries in that negative way, but find a positive way to put yourself and to shine. Okay, that's what I feel. Just I think also repressed emotions, like in the sense that you're working, nobody recognizes you, then you just kind of just explode one day. That's kind of Aries. So I think you should you can find a healthy way to challenge that overwhelming feeling, and don't explode. Right? Just make sure that you are acknowledged and appreciated every day. Okay, I think that's this is what this tells me. Okay, not an easy explanation for you, I have to say. Libras. Okay, where's Venus? Beautiful Venus here. I like this. I like this a lot. I said also for Geminis. I also say this for Libras. I think this is a great lunation for you. I think you're gonna pick the fruits of your connections, of your networking, of your relating to others, of your diplomacy skills, of your charm, flirtation, everything that you are naturally good at. I think you're gonna pick up the fruits from here. This is you're like this energy tells me, like, because this is so about friendships, and you have Venus in the fifth house of Leo. It's like an opposite, right? So I'm thinking this is all about people celebrating you as a friend. You're being like, oh, you're my best friend. This is kind of like, I think you like that energy, being the best friend, being liked by everybody, being the queen of the party. I think this is about that. I think about I think you're going to be really I like that. I think you're going to finally get validation for your skills, for your charming skills. The thing here is, because there's lots of things going on in the fifth house, but use this opportunity. Maybe somebody you were dating, it becomes more serious, or maybe there is some kind of situation that friendships become romances. I like this. I think this is something you're going to enjoy one way or another. As long as you're clear what you want. I just don't mislead people. There's Pluto is here in Mars, so there can be like a some kind of manipulation behind the scenes. So just be open and sincere. And I think this is your time to shine as a friend, as a person. I love this. I have, what are you? Maybe you want to, think about just who are you associated with as well, and how you want to act on it. I love it. I think this is beautiful full moon for you. Let's see which card I'm pulling for you. There's lots of opportunities for like Venus is also here for romance and dating and socializing and having it the best. Ooh, solar eclipse. And it's coming. Oh, it's a sign. Ooh, look at me. I pulled solar eclipse, and we have annual solar eclipse coming up on the 17th of February, which is the next lunation after this one, which means if something is now something that is coming up now might be still relevant for the solar eclipse. It will definitely be related, I think, with friendships and romantic relationships. Definitely, I think there's some beginnings happening, some new beginnings for you. Um, yeah, because the eclipse is in Aquarius as well, so it's going to be very interesting to see it in your fifth house. So I think some big things are ahead of you. Use this full moon to remove and release things that really don't align with you. Do not agree. You don't have to be everybody's friend. If you're not aligned with somebody, don't be friend with them. Just I think this is an important thing to know, that to acknowledge, um, who you are, and just be true to yourself. You know, yeah. But a lot of things are happening here. I love it. Sorry, I have to drink. This is going to be an interesting month for you, Libra. I can feel it. Woohoo! Exciting. Scorpios. Oh, with the Mars there, and Pluto is here. I have to put it here because it's just like for Aries, for you is also very. Woohoo! This is very very big for you. Very very big, and lots of things are happening. Uh, Especially at your home and at your career. Um, Mars and Pluto. So yeah, there can be some manipulations. There can be some power struggles and abuse of power within your home that will reflect your career, vice versa. Finding the balance. There's so many fixed energy. I don't think and you really also don't like to change your mind. So um, think that might come up now. For this full moon, things in your careers, what is happening. You're going to see who is supporting you, who is not supporting, who is validating you, who is acknowledging your success. Um, it can be interesting. Oops. It can be interesting to see. I just feel there is some kind of pressure from family that you don't might appreciate, but it's time to shine. And if you did everything right, maybe you get a promotion or a raise here. Promotion, I would say, more like a promotion, like being acknowledged at your work, um, which means that you might need to work more, and then you won't have time for your family. And this is where the problem is probably going to be. Or this is something you really look. The thing is, Uranus is here stationing in your partners, so this is really it's touching all of your very important houses, areas of lives, something that's very visible, that's something that includes others. So I would expect a lot of changes depending on of course, of your life situation. I would say the career is going well, and I would say the partner and the family may not appreciate it in a negative way. In a positive way, there can be some positive changes that this promotion or this acknowledgement and celebration of your career and your public life can bring some new partners later, or some changes. So maybe you want to change your career as well. Maybe you decide it's a full moon, you want to release what you're doing now, you want to do something completely different, something that is in line with your passion and with your heart. And interesting, I pulled Vesta for you. And Vesta is about, remember I said she's conjunct the sun opposing that moon as well. She's a big part of this lunation, and she's about your devotion and your heart, and in your home, where your home is. She's in your house of home, so I think you're going to be probably um, scattered between what you desire, what you want, and feeling obligations, and feeling, because people rely on you, and trust is very important. You don't want to betray anybody. Changes are on the way, for sure, for you. Changes are coming, for good or for worse. It depends on you and how you approach life, because sometimes you are stuck to the things that you know, and and you're not welcoming change. But I think it's necessary, and it's going to be forced on you if you don't initiate it. But good, definitely good opportunity to either change careers or do something. It could be this could be a lot of drama, home drama. I feel as well. Even in office drama, I feel people are going to be jealous of your success. Um, you know what? If anybody can take it, you can, Scorpio. So I'm not kind of afraid for you at all. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. There is Jupiter here. Okay. I like this. I think Aquarius and Sagittarius get along very well. Moon is in your house. It's in the house of travel and knowledge, and I think this will definitely will bring like a bucket list check mark from your bucket list, one way or the other. Is it something that you accomplished in the academia, and you're getting certified, you're getting a diploma, or you're doing the dream of the travel of your dreams of, or just acknowledgement and accomplishments for your knowledge, for your wisdom. People are really going to showcase. I think you're going to be really showcased with that, right? There's a lot of things happening in the third house as well. So I think you are definitely busy with these daily things that you need to do. Emails. I think there's a lot of things happening with just daily communication and daily commute and travel. And I think you want to explore more and expand more. So there's going to be maybe some situation that you want to change. I think when Jupiter goes into Leo this summer, I think it's June 29th, I think it goes into Leo. I think you're going to be rejuvenated. It's going to be your year. You're going to be enjoying it so much. I think this is just a preparation for that. This full moon, I don't know, I like it. I think it's a good full moon for you. I think it's happening. I think this is a great acknowledgement. It's time for you to shine and nine houses are leaders in academia, leaders in spiritual world, leaders in spiritual community, showcasing yourself, showcasing your passions and creativity in that sense, and how you want to. I love it. This is all about intellectual pursuits, a lot of things. The only problem with you as a Sagittarius is that you lack commitment, which you need to be a leader, and to showcase yourself, you need to commit to something. So that's the only downside I see here. But I think it's going to be much better when Jupiter comes into the ninth house. I pulled the 11th house for you. Ooh, see, so those are friendships, networks, connections. So maybe the focus for this, 11th house is a social house, just like the third. So, and everything is happening in the third house anyway. So just incorporate this with your plans. Don't forget about your friends. Don't disregard them. And or your groups and communities. It does. 11th house does mean commitment. So I think because you're lacking that, you need to focus a little bit more of being constant in one of the group or organization, or contributing to the world, because Aquarius energy, the cluster, is about contribution to the humanity and to the world. So maybe you need to kind of think, not doing everything solo, but actually, being part of something bigger and larger. Maybe that's the point of here, especially, you know, Jupiter, your ruler, being in the eighth. So, um, you know, you might be struggling a little bit with Jupiter there. I said so. I don't know. I think it's a good full moon for you. Very good one. Capricorns. Oh, this is going to be interesting, because Saturn is on the verge to move signs just like 2 weeks after. So he's going into Aries on the 13th. Yeah. So this is going to be about money. I won't lie to you. How you handle money, how you usually you're pretty good with money. I don't, Capricorns, they know, they're the CEOs. They're the ones who understand the importance of material security, and having material, um, uh, learning. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. They know that how to make money, how to achieve. They are about achievement and accomplishments in the first place, right? So because this moon is in the eighth house, this could be about managing other people's money. This can be about I'm thinking, if you're working in any type of insurance or a bank sector, or you're gonna get your, I think those people with Capricorn rising who are working in the sector of banks, insurance, governments, um, even esoteric work, like, eighth house, or in the funeral homes. I'm kidding, but but if you're working with like investigators, detectives, psychologists, if you're that kind of fields, I think you're going to get recognition for your work. It is also about getting financial material recognition for you. Okay, so it's not just about somebody telling you, oh, you're good. Like Leos usually just need somebody to tell them. Like for you, you need to show me the money. It's kind of Jerry Maguire, show me the money kind of a feeling. And this is a time that the problem is, Saturn is still in Pisces, almost in the last degree for disclination. So he's still dissolving. He's not giving you still what you kind of expect. It will change when Saturn goes into Aries a little bit. So there's a cluster here in the second house. Lots of things, lots of buzz about finances, money, possessions. But it's also about how you make your money. These are the skills and talents of how you make money. So are you using them? Are you being? Do you have integrity in what you do? Do you have structure in what you're doing? Right? How is that reflecting? Is the money reflecting your hard work? Do you want to raise? Um, you know, it can be all about that as well. So, yeah, interesting. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I think you are very um, focused sign, right? It's ruled by Saturn. Very focused, disciplined. Doing the hard work, doing what you need to be done to get this. So maybe if you did Saturn well in the last 3 years, and your communication style was good, and the way you talk to people, and all this. If you had clear communication, if you said what you want, maybe you're now going to get it, right? So that's another thing for you. Yeah, let me know if anybody's Capricorn rising. How is this happening for you? But we'll see. This is also about mortgages and having money from other institutions. So maybe if you applied for a credit or a mortgage, something, it can be for a grant or some scholarship, you might get it now for this full moon. That's another thing. Or you're seeking money from investors or something, you might get the money. That's what I'm thinking. I pulled Ascendant. Oh, this is your approach. Ascendant is how you approach to the world. Because your approach is very, it can be, very, very strict, let's say, like there's rules and like law and order and rules, and this is how you approach life. Everything needs to be by the book. Um, Maybe if you did, so this tells me if you did everything by the book, you will get acknowledgement, right? So as long as, you didn't delegate it, you didn't take shortcuts, you're going to get the acknowledgement you need for this full moon. This is what I feel. Okay, Aquarius. Oh, my dear Aquarius, you are having a blast this month, right? I'm going to put all of your rulers here. I'm going to put everything in the first house, just so you guys know how. Look at that. This is the full moon. This is the full moon, and Vesta is here. Look at that. So Aquarius, this last couple of weeks were definitely. A lot has been happening around you, with you. I think you're probably feeling overwhelmed with many things, and a lot of things are really overwhelming for you the last couple of weeks. It will finally get easier after the eclipse. I feel so. For the eclipse, you're still going to feel it, and then after, I think it's going to be a little bit better and easier. Um, what this nation tells me is maybe it's just about your partners. It's about maybe some people in your life, your best friend, your spouse, or your business partner, or your clients. Maybe something, maybe there's something happening in their life and nothing to do with you, although hard with this cluster in your first house. I think this is a great opportunity for you to transform and like um, you do have more energy. You are more attracting in a way, but it can be also, it can be like a reset. I think all this Aquarian energy happening now, it's, I think, telling you to reset in a sense, right? Reinvent yourself, um, do it differently, right? Maybe you're going to be recognized as a great partner in your relationship. Maybe you're gonna you're gonna get some great clients finally, right? Maybe you're gonna get some great business partners that are aligned with your with you as a person, right? It can also be a very dramatic. This can be, because Uranus is stationing in your fourth house, there can be some drama at home with your partners. I'm not saying it we can, it could be both ways, right? Maybe you finally want to be recognized. Maybe you didn't, maybe you are not, you know, people are not recognizing you for what you're doing, what you are. Um, I think when February is over, it's going to be much easier for you, definitely. Um, it's about, a bit authentic, unique yourself, and your confidence shows that, right? So, yeah, it can go both ways. It can be very dramatic. It could be a breakup or makeup situation. I won't lie to you. This can also be a breakup, full moon. It can be about breaking up. I won't lie. Yeah. I pulled the 12th house. So solitude and peace. You need some solitude and peace. I think it's a lot of things are happening outside in the world with other people, with you, and you need to find some time for yourself in peace and quiet to move forward. I think this is, for this full moon. I think you need to do that. Release, and this is also a loss and release. You might lose something, a person, a relationship, a part of yourself, uh, something in your home, but it needs to be gone in order for new better things to make place for them. So I do feel that it's going to be about maybe some breakups or some losses with you. Don't get discouraged, right? This too shall pass. In Pisces, so many things here. Look at that. I'm going to remove everything to. I so much cluster. I don't even know how this happens. Okay, Pisces. Interesting thing. I'm going to put the modern ruler as well here. interesting thing for Pisces is, first of all, Mercury is coming into Pisces soon, just a few days after this lunation. So I think they're going to be more eloquent, more communicative. But for this lunation, Neptune is in Aries now. And he's your, excuse me, your modern ruler. Um, so there is a sense of being more brave, or more courageous, or more willing to be present and not escape. Okay, just in general. With this lunation, if you had any, I won't lie, if you had any health situations, this now will be seen what it is. If you had, if you're looking for diagnosis or something is happening with your health and you don't know what it is, I think now you will know. This is also being recognized for your hard work in everyday life with your colleagues, with your peers. So if you have issues with them or no, I don't know, but they will be you will be recognized as somebody who they will acknowledge you for sure. This can be about your pet. Maybe your pet is going to get if you an award. I'm kidding, but it can be possible. Jupiter is in the fifth house. He's still retrograde. He's still he's going to be retrograde for the entire month of February. He's going direct in March. So there's still some thinking about, go rethink your artistic and creative abilities. This full moon can bring, yeah, can bring some health issues to the surface. There's a lot of things happening in the 12th house, so please take enough rest to recharge yourself. You as Pisces is being a sponge of the collective of everybody else's energy, having this cluster of energy in the 12th house, it's too much. It's affecting every, every planet is here ruling probably every house in your chart. So everything is important. Everything is kind of, and it can be all too much, it can be too much. It can be about also hidden enemies showing up in a way, or maybe you're not realizing, or maybe you are going to be more open to seeing things. It's going to be interesting, this lunation for you. I think the changes are coming when Saturn moves into Aries. You're going to feel much better. I think you're much better when Venus and Mercury come to your to your first house, and Mars. You're going to be more energetic. So I think you just need to go through this through this um, like I feel there's so much happening in your subconscious, behind the scenes, that you just, maybe you don't understand it, or maybe, just feeling it. So you're not present in that sense, and it's draining you in a way in your health. So just look out for your health here. Focus on your artistic projects, and I think you're going to be good for this lunation. Yeah. Let me see what I pulled. Oops. Okay. Lunar eclipse. Oh, so you also get an eclipse. That's interesting. But this is going to be in March. So this is the next one happening in March, and it's going to be in Pisces, I think, for the lunar eclipse happening. Because I think it's going to be relevant, what I'm saying now, for that. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be in 12 degrees Virgo, which means, yeah, it's going to be Virgo Pisces. So next month, beginning of March, I think, whatever this lunation is happening, whatever, I think this, because a lot of things are happening behind the scenes in the 12th house, draining your energy. Next lunar eclipse, everything's going to be the first house. Everything's been about you. It's going to be a lot of pressure on you. I mean, then. So try to get some rest, release. It's actually very good for a therapy, or any kind of cleansing or ritual that you want to do to release the energies that you need, so you get stronger for Pisces season, when all eyes are going to be on you then. Okay, so get some kind of treatment or therapy, or do some cleansing or cleaning. I think it's going to be very important. Okay, next lunar eclipse is going to be very important for you, March 3rd. Okay, take care, everybody. I hope this was useful. I hope this was useful. Thank you very much for being here. As I said before, if you are able, please join ESAR's panel. I'm going to be on the panel. We're going to talk about Aries point and importance. We're going to be joined with Cindy McKean and Joy Vernon. Ryan Butler is hosting February 1st, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And look at isarastrology.com for more information. And if you want my lecture on decoding Aries point with a dial in Croatian, translated to English, February 22nd, also 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Newsletter is coming up today or tomorrow. Please sign up. I'm going to have some workshops coming out soon, and newsletter subscribers will get a discount. Go to jasminabrozikastrology.com. Always like, share, subscribe to share the word of astrology. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, Ramana. Thank you. I know you missed my Astro Daily Tips. I feel so bad, but I just had to change something. So, yes, so my Astro Tips are now weekly tips for each sign. The new tips are coming out on Sunday. Newsletter today or tomorrow. Lots of things are happening. Thank you very much. Have a happy full moon. It's a celebration time. It's a time to shine, time to release what no longer serves you. Yeah, I hope you have a great full moon.